I did want to talk to you about the West a little bit, though, because Dallas Mavericks are 4-1 in their last 5 games. We
There
may
we
be
go.
seeing some signs of life there. AD has been back. He's been playing the 5. Gasp. Obviously Nembhard has been a great story.
Yeah.
I was surprised he went undrafted. What do you think of the way he's popped in there and sort of how him running the point and the playmaking, which we know he's so good at, has changed that team?
You're right. I was surprised he went undrafted too because he's so good at Gonzaga, and I believe he came from Creighton prior to that.
Yeah.
And I also think you gotta, if the brother's a baller, you gotta, you know what I mean?
Great.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and comprehend, like, there must be something in that house, something in that water. But at the very end of the day, you just watch them and they knew how to play basketball the right way. So it's kind of like, what are the experts looking for? But I think in any situation where you're trying to find yourself or trying to rebuild, moments like this and times and players like this, they kind of arise out of like the cracks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your rookies are able to develop. Like I said, you even have guys like Max Christie that's silently growing into 3-and-D guys, and you're having other people step up and make the most of the opportunity. And it's like, hey, this guy might be worth something. This might be worth something. Now we can put people back together, and you see whenever they're doing something, it kind of brings the energy back around to the older guys like Anthony Davis. You know what I mean? And it gets that type of energy to buy in, buy back, and be like, hey, it's only December, 4-1. That can turn us around. And now guys are like, man, we just want to make the playoffs, touch the playoffs, and have a little bit of fun with it, more so than just get the living, crap beat out of us, and then I risk my injury,
Well, okay. Now you're back to my tanking thing, though, and team building. Because here's the question. Like every other human on planet Earth, I did not like the Luka trade for the Mavs, right? So that's just a given. That was a terrible trade for them. Especially once Kyrie went down, there was a question of, should they just turn around and trade Anthony Davis? Because the whole idea of the AD, Kyrie, we're going to defense wins championships, all the stuff Nico was selling, Kyrie was going to be gone for such a stretch. AD obviously was injury prone and went out again quickly too, and all of that stuff. That was never going to happen with Nico because he did not want to turn around and admit that he was wrong with this terrible Luka trade. He got so much crap for it. Ownership probably wasn't ready to acknowledge that either. I think they took too long to fire Nico because that opinion, because he was just hell bent on proving that a bad Luka trade was actually a good trade. His interests were just no longer in the interests of the franchise. He couldn't see clearly. I think they should have gotten rid of Nico over the summer, and I think they should have traded AD over the summer. So this is my predisposed biases, right? I think once you get Cooper Flagg, you build around Cooper Flagg. You got a tremendous 1.8% stroke of luck. You build around Cooper Flagg and you just go from there. They didn't do that. AD has come back. He's playing well. Here's the thing though, Evan. They have their first round pick this year. They do not have another first round pick until 2031. Or sorry, their own pick. They don't control their own first round pick until 2031. If you do not build around Cooper Flagg, you will never be near the top of the Western Conference. The Western Conference is too good. Why is Oklahoma City good? Why were you saying that they were all 9 deep? Because they have been able to build young players around Shea. Why have, all of these other teams that have built around youth been able to play well? What is Houston doing? What are some of these other teams doing? What are the Spurs building around Wemby? He's got these 2 young guards with him. If you cannot build around your star young player, and I love Nembhard as a start, he's only 22, you're not getting anywhere. Now you're on the 2 timelines thing like the Warriors tried, which didn't work. AD's back now, but how long is he going to be back for? How long is he going to play the 5 for? He, part of the reasons that come out that the Lakers, were actually looking a little bit for a trade for him was because he had complained so much about playing the 5. I just don't know. They've been not these aren't great teams they've been beating. I just don't know what you're trying to do there, big picture. And I think if you went for it in this draft, if you trade Anthony Davis, if you tell Kyrie to take his time coming back, if you get some draft picks and a lot of draft picks back for AD as opposed to trying to trade for another star or something like that. What if you added Cameron Boozer to Cooper Flagg? What if you added some of these young guys? It's not just the top 3. You know better than me. It's not just the top 3 in this incoming draft that are good. It's the top 20 that are good.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Right? And I just don't know what the Mavericks are doing, and they don't have a GM right now. I just
Yeah, like you said, people, you just gotta take the walk of shame, and they don't want to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we're all kind of like looking. It's like, bro, it's over. Y'all messed up. Like
Right.
somebody, yeah, you already fired the person that you're gonna. It's over. And
Hmm.
I think one thing we have to keep in mindset for when we be realistic as well. It's like, bro, there's only a few teams that can really win a championship. There's only a few organizations that really try to win a championship.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So you don't want to do the stuff where it's like, hey, like I said, like if AD is going to stay, maybe making a playoff run is going to be satisfiable to him, but like it's going to be at the point where you're like, we don't have our own pick. So when you sit there, it's like, hey, we all have fun, but we're all still like going down. I'm into rebuilding with Cooper Flagg and letting him find his way as an alpha, as opposed to having to somewhat sit down or go and see like, all right, we're going this way with AD. You heard what Nembhard said one day. So I think we try to give the ball to AD too much and we force
Hmm.
fed it. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? On top of the fact that if you wait for Kyrie to come back, Kyrie's elite, but Kyrie needs a dominant 1A
Yeah.
while he's 1B to sweep up because just the size right now, like the size and everything like that. But even then, coming back off an ACL injury isn't ideal either. And I just think if you do get the right picks, like you said, if Cooper Flagg develops the way he is, if it's anything where like Wemby, I mean, we're talking Wemby got it cracking in a season and a half.
Yeah.
Like he got everything back going in probably like 18 months. And now is, you know what I mean? Now they're at the top of, you know what I mean, the West doing their thing. They have a lot of other young talent
Hmm.
that is that's elite. So you're absolutely right. I'm with you. I'm with you on the tank part for sure.
Look, this one's tough. I mean, it's tempting, right? I mean, first of all, things have just been bad in Dallas for the last, I don't know, 8 months, however long it's been since the Luka trade. That, every win in that building must feel nice. AD, when he's playing well, he's still, an elite player in this league. So it
Yeah.
must feel nice for fans to be like, oh, and ownership, frankly, in the front office, frankly, in the locker room, frankly, of sort of, oh, okay, this is going well. And I think Kyrie is just so dazzling. And
Yeah.
it's tempting. It's tempting to sit there and say, let's play it out this season. Let's see what we got with AD, and Kyrie's going to come back, and Cooper Flagg. And won't it be good for Cooper Flagg's development to be around those guys and feel what a playoff run, no, not playoff run, excuse me, what a
Yeah.
getting into the playoffs might be.
Yeah.
But the realistic view is that at best, this team is going to be a play-in team. That's it. If they can scrape into the first round, they're going to lose. They could get swept by Oklahoma City in the first round. You are not getting anywhere substantial with this team as it's built right now. And AD, the biggest streak of games since that trade that he has played healthy has been 5 games in a row. 5 games in a row. That's been the most he has played in a row since he got traded there.
And
So,
since
yes,
before
he's
that,
good
yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
We know, Evan. We know.
Yeah, yeah. And since before that, I mean, since before he came back, he only played like 15 games or something like that.
Yeah.
Since being traded last year, which is crazy. And I think, and we go further, if you did trade him and you're saying at very best with this team, it's a play-in game. Who says with a trade you can't get the right type of talent to make play in again? Because literally all you have to be is the top 10, basically. Like,
right?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not, you gotta not be as bad.
Flagg, who looks incredible already.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you put the guys that go on to play in games are the teams that put together a streak right after All-Star break and say, hey, do we want to waste our time for the evening or no? Or do you guys want to go to Cabo early?
Right.
And it's usually a team like, you know what? I'll try to win a back-to-back and I'll try to, you know what I mean? We'll try to ruin people's seasons. And I think the Mavs could possibly do that if they get the right type of pieces and trade.
This is the last season for the next, we're in 2025. I'm talking about 2031.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So 26 draft. So this is the last time in 5 years, as it's set up right now, that they have some control over how they can team build. And you lucked out into Cooper Flagg. He already looks fantastic. Once you took him off that very silly, in my mind, point guard experiment, he looks great. He's developing as you would hope that he could. And I just think I'm not saying you trade AD for a bucket of rocks, and I know there has to be a market out there for him, and there might not be what you want there to be. I wouldn't trade him for just anything. But I do think that every game you win with him, and where are you going? You have to look at the big picture here.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I call Chicago very quickly and just try to be like, wouldn't it be so great for Anthony Davis to come home? Wouldn't it be amazing? Don't you want to give us some draft picks?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And when you sit here as well, granted, certain people hit their part of the career, and Anthony Davis is, I don't even want to say this in a negative sense. He's a prize fighter.
Right.
Like when you sit there, it's like, hey, we kind of all understand he's playing for something or he's not, because it's not like he doesn't care about basketball. He physically has to pick and choose his spots because, like we talked about the playing things earlier, his minutes, every minute is something. Every minute means we're not going to see him for 3 weeks, or we're going to see how great of a dresser he is. Like, you know what I mean? I love him, but I'm like, come on, baby, like send him somewhere good so we can all enjoy Anthony Davis, because it's like, I mean.
But that's also the point, by the way. I still think when he's on the court, AD is a monster.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
him, what if he got sent to the East? What if he went to? I'm not kidding. That Chicago, I think over and over is the best fit.
I know he's about to say it.
Right? If he goes to the East, he goes to Chicago, he can have a little bit of sort of his pride. Like, he's a prideful player. And to be on the other end of what everyone is calling the worst trade in NBA history sucks. It sucks to be that good a player. And people will be like, oh, they traded for you? That sucks. That's the worst. Like, he doesn't like hearing that. That's terrible for him. That's a shame for him because he is a really great player. Let him go to Chicago, dominate. Maybe he becomes one of the best players in the East. Maybe whatever team he goes to becomes one of the best teams in the East. It'd be good for everyone.
You're right. Yep. He's trade him to Chicago, and then maybe Giannis ends up. Who knows?
Who knows?
I like
exactly.
That.
You know the Giannis talk.